תעיף את הבקבוק עליו.
So, stay in touch.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Dan. Thank you very much for agreeing to contact with us. I read your book on irrationality, and I'm an economics student as well, so that's really amazing to speak to you.
My pleasure. So we don't have too much time, just because I have another meeting very soon.
So just a few questions about your entrepreneurship career. What are you working on these days?
So right now, I have a company that is trying to get people to eat healthier and smaller portions.
Right.
That company is in Rishpon.
Nice.
It's called Gini. And we basically made up a device that looks a little bit like an espresso machine.
Yeah.
That cooks a single size, very healthy, very tasty dish. It takes about 45 to 90 seconds, depending on the specific dish. And the goal was to do something that is single-serve dish. So, we have portion control, and then without any preservatives or stabilizers. So that's the first company.
Amazing.
Another company is also related to health. It's a company that is doing a scale with no display.
Wow.
And the idea is that if you think about loss aversion, when you step on a scale, you're likely to get bad news.
Right.
And it's also a very random environment, right?
Yeah.
You could get lots of... So we said, how do we get people to not experience such randomness and fluctuation? And we basically found a way to present the data in a more aggregated way. So we separate measuring your weight, which is important, from reporting the weight, and we report in different units than pounds.
Right.
So that's the second one. Then there's a company called Lemonade that I'm part of. It's an Israeli company that is trying to do insurance in a way that has no conflicts of interest. So I've been studying conflicts of interest for a long time, and I know a little bit about their corrosive nature. So we try to do an insurance company that has no conflicts of interest.
Yeah.
And then the last one is a startup that is trying to help people take their medication on time and exercise. These are unhealthy people.
Yeah.
And what we do is we give people a discounted phone, and they switch their phone for hours. And as long as they take the medication on time, exercise, and eat well, their phone keeps on working. And then when they don't, we take apps away.
Right.
So on a daily basis, people lose apps if they don't behave well.
That's great. So would you tell us what is your biggest challenge in startup ventures?
Challenge? Just time.
Time. That's a good challenge.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think there are many. I'll tell you something else. I think time is, of course, there's my time, but there's also the question of, do you rush or do you take things slowly and study them well? And I think that one of the temptation is to do things very quickly.
Yeah.
Jump on an idea before you're sure this is the exact direction, and therefore not build the idea properly. But I think everybody's in a hurry. The entrepreneurs are in a hurry. The VCs are in a hurry.
Yeah.
So slowing things down, finding time and slowing things down, I think is crucial.
All right. Finding time and slowing things down. It's kind of contradicting. It's great. Thank you. A few more, if you're okay with that.
Sure.
What major trends do you identify today for future ventures?
What kind of trends? So, I'm I'm very interested in behavioral change.
Yeah.
I think that there's, lots of the bad things in the world are things that we're doing to ourselves. And I think that we do have a chance. I think as the world is moving to mobile and as measurements becoming more salient, we will be able to do more and more real-time behavioral intervention. So, simply education, simply telling people, to stop texting and driving, to eat better, to take the medication on time is not helpful. But we have a hard time penetrating people's homes and lives to create real-time interventions. But I think that part is moving forward in a nice way, and I think the opportunities will be very substantial.
Amazing. Thank you. And what do you think makes a good team?
I think, first of all, people have to like and respect each other. I think people should have some complementary and some non-complementary skills. So, we should have some things that we all know how to do together, but there should be some skills that we
separated.
That we don't share. And then the real question is, how do you deal with disagreements? Every team will have disagreements, some more, some less. How do we move forward with respecting each other, examining disagreements, and then moving forward?
Amazing. And tips as an entrepreneur? Do you have any tips for us, youngsters?
So, I think don't take money from VC too quickly.
Good one.
Make sure that you don't lose control over your vision, and from time to time be willing to revisit decisions you've made in the past. We tend to take decisions we've made in the past and accept them as if they're gospel, and then we don't go and revisit them. But from time to time it's helpful to say, we made this assumption 6 months ago, we went into this direction, we developed something in this path, but is this really the right one, given all the things we've learned since then?
Thanks. And maybe a small question about your ideas. So I take it from what you told us that they come from your line of expertise, all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them or all of them? Is there?
So all of the things that I work on are related to things that I either know very well or interest me a lot. So, food, for example, I know that portion control is very, very important, but the company is a technology company that is, cooking, making food in a very, very specific way. I know very little about kind of food-related technology. My interest was very specific, and in terms of the vision for the company, the research comes from what we know, but nothing about what we do daily, right? You say, I want people to eat less and healthy. That's kind of obvious. Now, there are things that have to do with my research, such as how do you get people to adopt a new habit? How do you get people to think differently about what they're doing? But a lot of the technology is outside of my expertise, and then my privilege is to just have very good partners.
Yeah. Thank you very much. What do you think makes a good entrepreneur? Just to finish.
I think it has to be kind of a mix of chutzpah, and flexibility. So, on one hand, you want people to be opinionated and single-minded and with perseverance. On the other hand, at some point, people should not knock themselves into the wall too much, and they should start accepting information from the outside. So some kind of mixture between being not listening to other people and then at some point listening. I'm not sure what's the right exact thing.
You have a balance. You have a balance. Okay, thank you so much. Can we have a small selfie with you on the phone all together?
Sure.
Great.
Thank you.